I now realize not only were my fairy lights flashing in my last video, but I'm wearing the same hairstyle as I was then. Both of these things are something you're just gonna have to be okay with. So I know several of you, because my channel is still a little baby and I love it, and I know that several of you know me through the internet. And internet friendships are still one of those things that the world is really divided on. Some people are totally for internet friendships, whether that be because they just think that it's a cool thing or because they have some of their own, like me. And some people think that it's weird and it just shouldn't be a thing that happens. No matter where you stand, if you've never experienced a long-lasting kind of in-depth, that sounds pretty creepy, a more personal internet friendship, then there might be some things that you just haven't thought about. Everybody thinks about stuff like time zones, but once you get past the 2 or 3 year point, like I am with most of the people that I talk to today, you start to realize that a lot of interesting things had to occur to get you to that point. So today we're going to have a chat about 5 of the kind of interesting things that you have to go through, hurdles you have to jump with a close internet friend. Number 1, names. Now, a name would seem like one of the first things that you would find out about a person, but some of us have to be more careful. And I'm just going to get this out of the way. My name isn't Pepper. I figured it was kind of a trade-off in order for me to be able to talk online about kind of where I live, which is around the Middle Tennessee area. That's still pretty vague, but it gives you an idea. Then I can't tell you my name because it's a bit of a different sounding name, and it would be very easy to find me if you typed my name, Middle Tennessee, into Google. It would probably take about 5 minutes. Pepper is a name that I've gone by for 4 or 5 years now in any way that I'm doing anything online. And to be honest, I consider it almost as much of my name. But when you're online and you're purposefully trying not to share your real name because it can be catastrophic, finding out someone's name on accident is like accidentally finding out the password to their main account. What do you do with this information? How do you handle it? Do you tell them that you realize that you now know? Or do you just keep it in secret and hope that you never succumb to the temptation to just ruin their life? I just realized that in the text screenshot that I sent my internet friend, my first name was in a text reply from the person that I was talking to and trying to send an embarrassing typo of. What will I do with this information? Will I have to move away and change my name? I'm going to have to grow a beard and adopt a corgi. What if my mom finds out? Is there a way to burn my phone without actually burning my phone? What if Obama knows my name now? Number 2, location. More often than names, people don't disclose their location. While some people are more okay with sharing their names online, most people aren't okay with sharing a precise location. This is seen as highly classified knowledge, and it's a really big deal. When you meet someone in a class, you just say, oh yeah, I live down the road down there behind this restaurant and near this crazy old man that has a 4-wheeler that he drives around my house at 3 a.m. every night, and I don't really know why, and I really wish he'd stop. But online, it is sacred, sensitive government intel. And once you finally have a reason to tell someone your location, you don't know what they're going to do with that information or how they're going to react. And then the friendship almost reaches a new level where both of you are just in this understanding that they could murder you if they wanted to. It's a very calm bonding moment. Yeah, but you're gonna take an umbrella, right? I mean, it's supposed to rain around noon today. What do you mean, how do I know from 4 states away? I obviously have your town pulled up on the weather app. Number 3, boundaries. This isn't as much of a deciding moment as a series of slip-ups. When you talk to someone in person, most of the time you can pretty quickly gauge where they stand on talking about bodily functions or how late you can text them before they get a restraining order. Online, all you have to go off of is the way a person talks and what emojis they use. You have no body language, no tone of voice, no background information. You're just in the dark trying to make friends. You eventually just end up taking ridiculous leaps of faith or accidentally sending them a picture of Harry Styles' nose at 4 a.m. and you find out they're a pretty cool person. She replied with an alien and a poop emoji in under 10 minutes. What does it mean? Number 4, this reminded me of you. This is already a really sweet and kind of important thing that happens in any friendship whenever someone looks at something completely out of the blue and thinks of your face. But online, when the person has never seen you, never met you, they only have a few selfies and your weird ramblings to go off of, and something like a quote or a picture of the sky makes them not only think of you, but feel compelled to let them know that they thought of you. Well, it's the stuff they write poetry about. And it was at that moment that they not only realized that they had learned each other's souls, but that they had also learned each other's aesthetics. And number 5, local confusion. Something I feel like a lot of people are aware of, but never know the gravity of, is the moment when you're talking to someone and you reach the point where, depending on how far you live, you reference something that's very obvious to you that they have no idea what you're talking about. Explaining restaurants, streets, spatial kind of things, telling how long it took you to get from A to B, or even slang terms for something is never a good way to spend a conversation. It's really hard to be on the same page as someone when you get their grocery store and their dog's name confused. So then I told her that we were going to have to make this midnight run to Kroger's so that we could buy the pipe cleaners to... No, Kroger's, like the grocery store. What do you mean? I don't know what it's like. I mean, I guess it's... What is schnooks? All in all, through all the weird moments and awkward silences when the other person really just put down the phone to pee, I'm incredibly thankful for my internet friends and my reality friends as well. So until next week, this has been a video about my Yangons, and stay classy. Outros. Gosh, is there a book for how to do these?
What does it mean?